Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've got something fun to share with you today. Now it's not new, I think it's been going around for a couple of years, but I've been seeing some videos and I thought, oh, I want to try that. It's using this, it's like stamping foam. It's just grey foam. I think you have to use, specific to, something specifically called stamping foam. Don't just get anything because you don't know what the heat properties are like. I bought mine generic from Amazon. They've got 4 of this size and 2 double size of those, and all of that, I think it was £8. I might be wrong, £6, £8, something like that. And you can use it over and over and over again. So I'm just going to give you a quick show of how I've been using it. What you do need to do is use a heat tool, and you heat this up until it's quite warm, so 10 to 15 seconds, and then you plonk it down. You've got to press firmly and quite quickly onto there. And I'm not very dexterous, so I am getting in a bit of a bother remembering to have my heat gun in my left hand rather than my right, so that I can stamp, because I'm not very strong in my left arm, that kind of thing. Anyway, let's have a go and see how we go. And I'll try and dull the noise for the heat tool. Okay, so you have to be quite quick once you've heated it. It's no good sort of putting your tool down, and you have to have quite a bit of pressure on here, and I'm just trying to wiggle it in. Not too bad. All right, now I'm using an embossing pad, but you can use an embossing folder, but we'll have a go with some stencils and other bits and pieces in a minute. And then we just have a go at inking it up. So let's have a bit of this. Now I was watching, is it Stephen Hurley? I don't think I've ever watched one of his videos before, but I was watching him and he was saying do circular motion with your ink pads. Something like that, and you can go back and blend over the middle if you want to. I'm not going to bother. He suggests excuse me, a very fine mist of water. So I've got my brush, I'm doing it over here, but I'm just going to put it a long way from the nozzle and just scoop up a tiny amount of the droplets. You won't see those, I don't think, because that's how small the amount is. And then put it down, press it down. Let's see what we get. Cool, huh? There's perhaps enough ink on there to do it again, so I'll just have another mist. I'll probably get a slightly less vibrant piece, but I figured this would give us, I like that watercolory background. Right, so now we need to clean it, so we just spray it with some water. Don't use on here anything that isn't water, what's the word, water soluble. If you can't clean it up with just water, don't put it on here because it won't come off, and it might stain over time, but I don't think that will matter anyway. So far I've used this over and over, and you can just keep using it and using it. So let's try with let's try a stencil, or I've got a texture plate here we could try. Where's that gone? Here, let's try that, and we'll try a stencil as well. Let's try something that I've not used. Oh, I don't know if that would work. A bit of the bird, probably not, because my thing is too small to pick up much detail from that. Let's try this one. Okay, we'll try the texture plate first. So I'm just going to heat this, and then as I heat it, you'll see that the pattern will disappear, and then I'll keep it going for a little while, just to make sure that it's warm, and then I'll plonk it onto here. Okay, So again, I'm not very good left-handed, but if I don't do it that way, I haven't got the strength to push it down onto the texture plate. So. Straight down, trying to push it right down. Now, Stephen Hurley suggested if you struggle to do this, you can put you could stick this onto a acetate stamping block with some double sided tape or something. Let's see how that works. If that makes it easier. I mean, I'm doing all right. I'm standing up when I do it, if that helps. Let's use some Distress ink. Let's have something a little bit less in your face. We'll have some milled lavender. And we'll have some, what's that one? Shaded lilac. You should be able to stamp straight away, but I think it works better if you give it a little mist of water. So I am going to do that from afar because I don't want it to go all over what I'm doing. So I'm not sure how well that's missed. I've got a blob of water on there. Anyway, let's put that down. But it's so versatile, and it does mean that you can reuse a lot of the things in your stash. That's quite nice. The lilac's quite light. Never mind. Put a lot more water on that one and stick that there. And I'll have a go through a stencil and see how that works. Cool. So clean off your ink. I think you could make your own things as well. I've had another idea while I'm doing this, so let's just dry that off a bit. I don't know if that matters, but I have been drying it before I've heated it again. I'm going to use this stencil here, so let's put that there. Straight down, straight in, and I'm putting quite a lot of pressure on it as I stand up, squeezing it hopefully into the stencil. How cool. Right, let's see what we do with that one then. Let's have a bit of squeeze lemonade. And some picked raspberry. Now, I'll tell you what, I don't really like that I've got like a straight line across there, so I'm actually just going to use my blending tool perhaps and just blend that over. Little spritz of water. And then we'll plonk it down and see what it does. Right, might do that one again. Not too much water. Can't see where my paper is. There we go. I was trying to do them sort of fairly square, but very nice. Right, let me clean that up and then I've got another idea. Right, I found a metal key. I also found some other bits and pieces like dragonfly and keyhole thing. So I thought might just have a go and see if that will work. So I'm going to dry this because I didn't dry it, heat it, and then see if I can do something with the key. It may or may not work. Let's see. Well, I don't think that went on very square, but right. So we're going to get a background. I think the key bit will remain white, but we'll have a background. Let's just do it on, I'm just going to use a darker one. This is Chip Sapphire. Let's try and get it like that. To spritz or not to spritz? I'm going to spritz because I have been spritzing, so I quite like the watercolour effect. Let's put that down. See what we get. Looks like the possibilities are endless. Cool, I like that. Right, let's clean that off. I'm going to try one more thing. I hope this will come out because that's gone actually quite deep in there. So that'll be a good test as to whether or not it pops back out. Now let me think about what I was going to put on there. Oh yeah. Just going to have a look at some stamps. Where are my... Let's just try one of these. Oh, hang on, I'm going to try a fairy. That's what I'll do. Let's have that one. Right, this time I'm going to use one of my stamps. Stick it there. Let's heat that. Oh, now I've done that. I think what I could have done, I would have done better by pushing it in on a stamping block. Let's try this, and then I will. I think I remember Stephen Hurley when I watched the video saying that you can do it better. Let's just have a bit of. Let's have a tumbled grass. And obviously you're kind of getting the negative, I think, of that. So whether or not that will work, I don't know. I am going to just go around the edges a little bit, just to see if that makes a difference. Spritz it with water. And let's see how we go. Not great, because you're only getting the outline of the stamp. There's not enough on the inside of this one, but again, you know, we'll have to experiment with that, I think, and see. I'm thinking, yeah, yeah, I don't think that's going to work too well, but you need to practice. Well, I need to practice, need to have a little play with that. I think we could do better, but you know, it's a learning curve, all of this. Maybe a simpler stamp might work better. Let's see what I've got that's just a bit more, like maybe just a shape or something. Or maybe I wonder what that would be like. It's hard to visualise what will come out of the stamp, to be honest. Right, I'll go for one more go. Oh, what? I forgot what I was drying there. Okay, oops, pressing it on. I haven't pressed it down too well there or there, but it's better. I mean, obviously I could redo that, but for the sake of argument, I'm just going to ink this up and see what happens. Gave that one a little bit more water than I have been doing. Let's see what comes out. Yeah. Right, there's not much left on here. What is on there now is mainly water, but yeah. But again, they're kind of useful. I kind of like those sort of things. So sort of a bit like a watercolour background with very minimal effort. Anyway, that is my play with stamping foam. I'm quite impressed with it, actually. I love that I can redo it with the stencils. I love that I can make my own things. So I might have a go at making other things with stamps. And if you've got, this stamp's not like that, but if you've got a stamp when you've got like a square rectangular edge on it and you press down too hard, you're going to get that rectangular edge. And so Simon recommended that you put this on your stamping block, you heat your block at this, and then you use your block and you press it down that way into it. That way you're not pressing too hard. You've got the right, you can judge how much pressure and you're not going to get the corner marks. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. That's what we've done. And that one, this is one I did this one at the beginning, didn't I think. These are ones I've been playing with. Embossing folders, all of those. Oh, that was my bingo card, but I think obviously I've done it backwards, so it reads bingo. I think I could probably do the reverse on the other side of the embossing folder, but I haven't played with that. And had a little play with, that was the texture plate again, in sort of one colour, and then I tried to add a bit of colour to the berry type things. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. That was quite a good little toy to play with, and it means I can use all my other toys and get different results as well. Just thought I'd show you again one that I did off camera. We've got, I made, it's a woodware stamp, rubber clear stamp, which I just placed the stamping foam over the top. This is what it looked like with Distress Oxide. That's the Tumbled Grass. I mean, I could have used Salty Ocean. It might have been a bit more comparable there, but I was just trying to show you what it looked like. And then this is using the Memento ink. And I don't think I'd inked it properly. I noticed that his eye hadn't appeared. So I made sure when I went over it this time to make sure that his eye was, you know, got ink on. And because I sprayed it with water, so you've got these drops, so it looks a bit like it's in the water. And then this is like a second generation of this one, and it came out much better, but that was using Memento ink. And I just thought I'd share that, quite like those. If you got this far into the video, I just think I might do a hidden giveaway. I've got far more of these blocks than I shall ever use. So if you're in the UK and you would like to win one of these, obviously you have to be over 18 and all of that. Drop me an email, leave my email. Don't mention it in the comments, please. Just send me an email to my email address and say you'd like to be entered. If 3 people or less than 3 people enter, then I will just send it out. If more than 3 people enter, I will do a draw, and I will leave it open until, let me look at the calendar, it's Friday today, let's say Tuesday the 14th. So it's open until Tuesday the 14th, and I will come back and let you know how that goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.